Thank you, Elena. Thank you for the invitation. I would say that as I'm representing the development organization, we are not so usual suspect in these kind of conferences, but at the same time, we're very much, thanks, we're very much interested to present what we're doing in Montenegro. Let me give you just brief of a context. Montenegro is a very small country. It's very good that we had the experience of Luxembourg that we heard during this session. So it's, I would say it's very similar, at least the ambitions that the government of Montenegro has in terms of reforms, but also in terms of using ICT solutions for these reforms in Montenegro. Montenegro is an EU accession country. It's not the member of European Union. It's a NATO member, just recently assessed the NATO in June of this year. And UNDP as an organization, as development partner, is assisting the country, assisting the government in these endeavors of democratization of society, but also in the achieving of the most important priorities of the country. Today I'm going to speak about one particular project that we have in Montenegro, which is government service bus, or as we like to call it, also single information platform for the exchange of data. It's also, I mean, when we started thinking about this project, many small countries, I would say in Europe, is looking at what Estonia did in the last 15 years. So Montenegro is not the exception. We thought, along with our government partners, that this should be the most obvious way to go forward, and we decided to go into this project. In Montenegro, we have a very competent team, I would say, in implementation of this project, which is government, of course, Ministry of Public Administration and other institutions, and from the side of the vendor, very responsive, very competent vendors such as Aliter Technologies, S&T, and Aliter Technologies in Montenegro. The context is as follows. So, government of Montenegro decided to adopt the law on e-government, which was basically adopted in 2014. Then the new law on public administrative procedures, which says that if the government institution have the data in electronic form, it need to share it in electronic form with other institutions. So now this is an obligation of all of the institutions in Montenegro to exchange the data without the paper form. We have also the new public administration reform strategy, which was created along with our partners from the European Commission, which also is putting the emphasis on this project. We have the single point contact basically through the e-government portal, and also the economic reforms program of Montenegro is emphasizing and reiterating the strong and efficient government administration in this regard. The objective of the government service bus is basically creating the preconditions to e-Montenegro. So this is a crucial, fundamental project which will offer the fundamental infrastructure to the government in order to make the government more efficient, transparent, and accountable for the results that it would like to achieve. We would like to automatize all of the state institutions through this project and basically introduce technical and technological modernization of the operations. We are aiming to achieve a high security and reliability of the data exchange, and to do everything out of the office, so basically efficiently and without any paper. The government service bus offers the meta register of all government systems, services, and data. It also contains the service catalog with all of the instructions, so it's easy for the government institutions which would actually share the information through the government service bus to access this catalog. It's of course simulating integration scenarios, so this is interoperability solution which is offering this possibility. real-time and all-the-time service testing and monitoring, auditing, of course, and management of reference and source data. Just going quickly over the security, so it's basically 4-layer infrastructure. There is a web security gateway for the GSB portal which is created. It's offering all often used authorization methods. There is also an active protection about well-known attacks to the system. And of course XML firewalling and SOAP inspection. When it comes to pilot services, what do we mean about what are the pilot services? So Montenegro have and all of these institutions in the last 10 years developed their own information systems. And each and every government institution have their own vision of how they would like to exchange the information with other institutions. However, with this particular project, we are going to show through these pilot services and connecting the reference and other registries of data that the exchange information is possible within the system. Of course, these are all the registries, as you can see, legal entities, citizens, tax office, cadastre, land registry, school attendance, employment data, children care, which we would like to in the first phase of the project to link, and we already did it, so everything is already inside and in the system, and a couple of ministries which are taking care of this reference data are already using it. Sorry. So what are the benefits? We heard already from the couple of first presentations that these kind of solutions are offering the possibility to create the effective and efficient public administration, to serve the citizens and businesses better, that works, it should work on transparent and open procedures. It fulfills all the conditions necessary for the EU accession, which is one of the first foreign policy priorities of the country, but also it allows for the continuous economic and sustainable development. The results that we are basically aiming, already some of those are visible, but let me just stress that last basically 12 months we are already in very intense, I would say, cooperation with the government, but also implementation of the system. So we would like to achieve this central management of government system, which is integrated by one particular ministry in the government in charge for the exchange of data, which is Ministry of Public Administration. There is going to be unified authorization for every communication in the system, approval process for every provider and consumer application is already happening, so Ministry of Interior is in the process and asking for the approval to come with the Central Registry of Citizens, and we expect when these days actually Central Registry of Citizens will be one of the first registries that will be linked to the government service bus, and we expect multiplication, very fast implementation of this solution by the end of 2018. Our future goals is total interoperability of the all government information systems in the country in order, of course, to better serve the citizens and the businesses, but also to enable the better communication within the government institutions and to enable government to think really about what we say as a one-stop shop. It's a real, I would say, a real ground now for these kind of services in the country. Definitely the Agency for the Protection of Data is involved, and this solution is already providing secure monitoring and communication, but in the future we'll do more on this one. We would like also to simplify the system integration for all non-IT stuff, which is the government administration, and to interconnect the commercial organizations. Thank you all.